Welcome to Vermontitude, a collaborative effort between Great Eastern Radio, the Brattleboro Reformer, and BCTV to bring you the stories behind the stories on the topics you want to learn more about. Because there's always more, so there'll always be Vermontitude. Hosted by me, Peter Fish Case. Welcome to Vermontitude. New episodes drop every Tuesday, except for this particular one, which drops on Wednesday, and can be found by going to vermontitude.com, reformer.com, or BCTV. We come to you from our studios at the Innovation Box on Flat Street. I'm Peter Fish Case, and each week I try to cover the topics that are of concern to Windham County and the towns that reside within its borders. Today we are talking to Shari from the Women's Freedom Center, who, because of the work she does, will remain off camera. We are also joined by Logan O'Grady-Snow from Planned Parenthood and Erin Scaggs, who works with the Downtown Business Alliance, but also with the Stone Church, and we'll be talking about the happenings at the Stone Church as we are now into the Women's History Month. So, Erin, I guess let's start with you. Let's talk about all the cool things that are happening with. It's called Grrrls to the Front.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Peter. It is March, so it's Women's History Month, and we're going really big this year with lots of programming. We're really jazzed about it and happy to talk about it. All
right, so tell us what are a few of the things that we can look forward to at the Stone Church this month for programming?
We have shows. We have lots of shows.
Okay.
I think we have around 15 this month.
Wow.
And the overall project, Grrrls to the Front, it has a few different pieces. So the first is all of the concerts. So for example, this Friday we have Cat Wright and Zara Bodie. Saturday we have Lush Honey and The Big Takeover. The point to take home here is that all of these bands are women-led bands.
Okay.
Which I don't know of another organization or venue that has managed that scale of having women-led acts, but we're doing it all month.
Okay.
Openers, headliners, the whole bit.
And are you also doing some? Are you doing other meetings of sorts, or?
Yeah, we're also trying something completely new this year. We're doing workshops every Tuesday night in March.
Okay.
It was going to be 6 to 8 p.m. However, we've had almost 50 people sign up so far, so we're expanding to 3 sessions every Tuesday.
Okay.
So that's 2 hours each week. It's a sequential 4-week course led by our head tech, Dan Richardson, and Aaron Chesley. And by week 3, they will be mixing a live band. They're learning about sound, how to wrap cables. And this is so exciting because women are just absolutely underrepresented in the music industry and specifically in the production component.
It's silly.
Isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I do.
So women, we're getting them in the booth. By the end of this, we hope they're going to have a fairly solid knowledge and a great starting point to continue learning about how they can get involved in the music industry.
Okay. Logan, you're with Planned Parenthood. Now, you made the long trip over from Bennington this morning, so thank you so much for doing that. Tell us what this kind of programming means for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I think that representation is important, and at a time when reproductive health care rights, abortion specifically, is under attack, it's important that we come together, we celebrate, we remember the good times, and so grateful to the Stone Church for putting this all together. It means the world to Planned Parenthood.
Right. So now it's represented in both in Bennington, and we also have a Planned Parenthood office here in Brattleboro.
Yep.
Correct.
We do.
And
yes.
so you'll be working in conjunction with those folks.
So I am an organizer with Planned Parenthood. So I work with volunteers, with community partners. I work with folks like the Stone Church and also the people at the health center, but I don't work specifically in the health center.
Okay.
I work remotely from my house.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Remotely from your house is not a terrible thing. We'll bring on again there is a woman in the room that Shari from the Women's Freedom Center who has to remain off of camera because of the work that she does. So we'll give you the big view. Shari, tell us this kind of programming. What does this mean for the Women's Freedom Center?
Well, first of all, it's great to be in the studio with everybody here because I think this just underscores the whole point of all of our work, right? Solidarity is how we keep this going, and our causes are absolutely overlapping and connected. So this feels fantastic to be doing this, and we're grateful because the Freedom Center, like Planned Parenthood, is one of the beneficiaries of this fundraiser. So that's fantastic. And obviously, for folks who maybe aren't as familiar, we're the Domestic and Sexual Violence Resource Organization for Windham and Southern Windsor counties, and we support survivors of all genders who've experienced domestic or sexual violence. And for us, ironically, like January is like Stalking Awareness Month, February Teen Dating Awareness Month, April Sexual Violence Awareness Month, et cetera. There are hard months in the calendar that are accurate, but for us, it's like the wave goes up, right? Women's History Month is all of this resilience, all of this fire, and we want to spotlight that too because it's true and it's what keeps us all going. To see, this kind of spirit, everybody that's supporting that is an activist. The musicians are activists, and it goes along with, as folks may know, right? During the pandemic, we finally kind of had to retire the beloved Women's Film Festival that was happening every March. And that was our upwave, right, in the past, because it's a direct connection to the work that we do, and that's highlighting the creative power of women, whether that's on camera and film or up on stage or behind the scenes, all of that, right? And so for us, this feels like a direct continuation of the message of the Women's Freedom Center. So we're thrilled to be able to have these conversations together.
Great. Now, it's nice to be able to use this platform to let more folks know about it. How did this idea hatch, this different idea? Like, as Shari said, they used to do a film festival, and now we've got this, which, nothing against the film festival, but I like the way this feels a little bit better.
So Girls to the Front in Brattleboro came about several years ago. A group of women partnered with the Women's Freedom Center and approached the Stone Church, and we held a one-night sort of rally style, a combination of music, speaking, and it was a one-night event, and it was a fundraiser for the Freedom Center. I think we paused that during COVID. This year, for whatever reason, I think it is a product of working at a music venue during COVID was a little depressing, to say the least.
Yeah,
it was challenging.
it's tough.
And we feel like we have come out of that, and we are feeling a ton of momentum in terms of building our programming, building momentum. And so it felt like a really natural step to look ahead to March, recognize it's Women's History Month, and say, let's really turn the dial up to 11 and make this bigger and better. And so we took that original concept, which was very successful and a really beloved event in town, and we said, let's expand it. How do we make it bigger? And then how do we even make it bigger than that? And so it came about, we started conceptualizing and booking last fall, maybe in September or October, and then I approached Logan and Shari, and we began scheming and dreaming and went from there. And
Great.
Here we are.
Well, I think it's wonderful. Who can speak to the mural that I guess will be evolving throughout the month of March? And this will be, you can see this at Zephyr Designs on Main Street. Shari.
Yeah, absolutely. And for folks who maybe didn't get a chance to see our column in the Reformer that covers this, we are kind of packing a lot of things into the month of March and then rolling right into April. As I mentioned, Sexual Violence Awareness Month. But the bottom line is we really want the community's voice to be amped up as well. And so we do have a Speak Out mural that's going to continue to grow and evolve. There is you'll see flyers around town and what we're calling art boxes at different locations, including Zephyr Design, where the mural will grow at the Stone Church as well, with these little sort of thought bubbles that people can fill out, and we will keep adding to the mural. And some of the questions are, we encourage folks, and you'll see this banner that says, think revolutionary. And so some of the questions might be, what do you want to ditch about patriarchy? How do you celebrate women and girls in your life? In your own life, and what does feminism mean to you? But any sort of protest language around that seems to fit into that banner or into that mural, we want to include for the community. So that's one action that's happening in March. And then also we mentioned in the column, and folks can call for more information about this, in April, the Freedom Center, it's been a while since we have had volunteers working within our program. And we have a training coming up in April. It's called Uprise with an exclamation point. It's a free 9-hour training, and it's for folks, even if they don't want to volunteer. It's a deep dive conversation about gender-based violence and how people can be skillful bystanders. And then definitely anybody that may want to volunteer doing the work. It's the foundation training that's required. It's a number of Wednesdays in April. I won't kind of take that time right now because we can talk again. But anybody that's interested, we do ask for signups, but all genders are welcome. Anybody interested can give us a call, and that number is 257-7364. So for us, it's 2 months of just a lot of extra. I like to turn the dial up to 11. We want to turn that dial up.
And anytime we can reference Spinal Tap is a good day for me. just so we're clear. Logan, speak to us. I have not had a chance since this new Roe v. Wade thing has come to light to talk to somebody who's more or less boots on the ground and how that's impacting organizations like Planned Parenthood. I think in Vermont, I feel like we're safe, so we have this nice little blue bubble that we live in. But outside, tell us what the thinking is.
Oh, geez, that's a loaded question.
It is a big question, and I'm so sorry to spring that on you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So Roe was overturned last summer, which rolled back almost 50 years worth of precedents, which was a devastating blow to reproductive health care access. We, here in Vermont, just in November, passed the Reproductive Liberty Amendment, which enshrined reproductive health care decisions like the right to choose to carry a pregnancy to term or to choose abortion. So in Vermont, abortion is constitutionally protected for everybody in our state. So we're very fortunate in that regard. There is some rulings that are imminently coming out regarding the abortion pill, the very first dose of the 2-dose medication abortion. And that could definitely impact people in Vermont depending on how this ruling goes. So we are playing it by ear. We are taking care of our communities and ourselves and doing what we do best, and it's just showing up and keep going.
Yeah. No, thank you for that work. I think it's important work. And when I played football, we called it a broken play, and I feel like that's kind of where Planned Parenthood is. They're sort of scrambling to keep everything in place and women's freedoms in place.
Yeah, we are strong. We're here. We are well seasoned in this kind of landscape, and we continue showing up, and we aren't going anywhere. We're not backing down. We're going to keep fighting.
Great. If they want to find out more information on Planned Parenthood, where do they go?
They are going to go to www.ppnne.org, and that is for our specific Northern New England affiliate.
Okay. Erin, if folks want to find out what's going on at the Stone Church, where do they go?
You can head over to stonechurchvt.com or to our social medias. We're on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. Shari, where do they go if they want to find out more about the Women's Freedom Center?
Well, they can definitely follow us on Facebook or womensfreedomcenter.net online to get more information, and then give us a call for any questions directly. And that number, again, is 257-7364.
Great. I want to thank all three of you for jumping on Vermontitude today. I also have to throw out a quick thanks to Marty Cohen, who filled in for me for the last 3 weeks while I run for the Select Board. Since we're taping on a Monday, I have no idea how that's going to turn out. So we'll figure that out. But thank you again, everybody, for jumping on with us today.
Thanks so much.
Take care.